What's up, Denver Digs? Hey, I am here today at Hoops Music Studio with Thomas Hoops. And I'm telling you, he was just rocking out on the piano in a little custom tambourine setup over here. So we got it kicked off right. Denver Digs, it's local music, but Thomas has a unique approach. And so all of our viewers out there that have children, you're going to want to get your kids here to help them understand music. Thomas, you were telling me about this epiphany that you had, that you were kind of going through and you just were like, wow, I never really conceptualized music and theory in that way. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that moment that you had where it just clicked for you?
Yes, I took a music learning theory course in college, and this is Edwin Gordon's music learning theory. And I was just floored about audiation, and that's thinking musically. I had never done that before. I was one of those kids that didn't want to learn notes. I just wanted to improvise. So putting that book in front of me just stifled everything for many, many years. And then when I heard about music learning theory, I started thinking, well, I'm audiating. I am thinking musically. It's a sequence of how we learn. So I teach students orally. We hear stuff before we ever see any notes, much like language. You had many years of speaking and sounding out words before you started reading and writing. So I spend a lot of time putting music in the mind before we start notation or before we start playing the instruments.
Okay, awesome. Well, and I was kind of sharing with you like my own personal story where as a percussionist, like I felt that gap personally. So can you maybe share a couple stories about some of your clients, as it were, or the kids that have come in here, and like how they've been able to bridge that gap and then excel from there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have some students that generally, and what happened to me as a youngster is I got notes placed in front of me too early, and it turned into just a method of decoding. I was pushing this finger and pushing this finger, and I wasn't really making music. I was playing the piano, I was decoding. So what I do is I do a lot of pattern training. So I'll get students like that who are decoding, and I will sit them down and we'll do the practice pad, or we'll bounce on the Pilates ball to really reinforce that beat and to make sure that those rhythmic patterns are also in time with the tonal patterns. And it's amazing how easily that can be disjunct, because students will work on the cerebral part of learning the notes, but don't have that beat behind it. And I think those things should never be separated when we're performing, but if we practice that all the time, then it turns into that stop and that go. So I really work on a lot of beat and feeling. That's called continuous fluid movement. I do scarves. I do a lot of movement so we can isolate the concept or the feeling of beat without music. The timing elements and the tonal elements are two different parts of our brain. So I can work on these timing things and do rhythm patterns aside from the tonal patterns and those expressional elements.
Okay, very cool. And you've got all sorts of instruments around here. I see a bust of Beethoven in the corner as well. So what should parents or kids out there know about the type of experience they're going to get here and what their kids are going to come away with, from an educational perspective?
Well, first and foremost, I am very informal in here. And it looks like we're just playing and singing songs, but I am doing songs in mixed meter, mixed tonalities. I'm doing some really, it's all sequenced. I keep a notebook and I write down when each child has accomplished a certain concept. And up until age 9, we can still stretch our aptitude. So I'm really concerned more with aptitude than achievement before age 9. I have, some teenagers. I've got kids in the Sonatina Sonata Festival. I've even got adult students. I mean, I have all kinds of students, but I really like working with the little ones to make sure those concepts are nailed down. It's like balance on a bike. You will never forget it. Once you felt the beat, you will never forget it. So I sequence everything and I write everything down, and I think that's really what makes me different, is that I really work on the musical aspect and the audiation aspect and the aptitude before achievement. So there's really some deep learning going on in here, although it just looks like fun. We're just singing and tossing things and bouncing on the balls and doing sticks, but all that stuff, I mean, we learn the best through play. That's how we learn. So that's and it keeps it fun for me. I really enjoy what I do in here.
100%. Well, it shows, and you know, our viewers aren't here, but like I feel your energy and your excitement, and I'm excited about it, right? And you played us a cool tune on the piano here, so thank you for that. Well, I just love that well-rounded. I almost call it almost like a holistic approach, you know, because it's like, how do you tap into yourself to make that connection with music? Right? Unfortunately, I was never able to make that connection through playing, although, you know, so now I primarily make it through listening and dancing. You know, feeling it that way. But that's really awesome. So let our viewers know how they can get a hold of you, connect with you, and you know, kind of what the process looks like if they want to enroll their child or contact you for more information.
Okay, yeah, well, I am located in Lakewood. I'm at 2103 South Wadsworth. I do not do home lessons. With all of the things in here, I consider this a music lab, and there's just so many things that I just can't lug around. You can find me at hoopsmusicstudio.com, all one word. I am a member of the Foothills Music Teacher Association and the Colorado State Music Teacher Association. I'm listed on their directories. Find me on Google Maps.
Right on. All right, perfect. And we'll put some of that information right about here on the shot there. Thomas, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do for the future of our children. This is exciting, and man, I was really enlightened today, so I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, thanks.
All right,
Thanks so much.
Well, Denver Digs, it's local music professionals, and we've got a great one here with Thomas. Check out Hoops Music Studio and bring your kids in or contact him. Feel this energy, and it's palpable. So long, Denver Digs.